steam. From the steam, that whatever heat is generating, it is turns into, so that hot water is being released into river and ponds without cooling. So you can imagine the effect of that hot water on aquatic life. At the same time, waste from nuclear power plants and nuclear and weapon production facilities cause cancers, birth defects and miscarriages. Soil and water pollution are also closely related. Okay, have a look at the picture. It's just a model which I found. Suppose the surface layer is the chemicals which contains, and suppose rain falls, then what happens? This rainwater goes into the soil, leading to infiltration. Can you see here? Infiltration, and finally leading to the groundwater level. So this way the soil and the water both have a close link with relation to pollution. Let's check here. Dumping the waste, especially glass, harmful chemicals, industrial effluents, packaging, salt, garbage renders, all these make the soil useless. So suppose whenever rainwater comes, then what happens? The water percolates the soil, carrying the pollutants to the ground, and the groundwater also gets contaminated. Surface water we have a chance of cleaning. Groundwater, once the groundwater gets contaminated, there is no chance of cleaning the groundwater. You might be thinking, in what way noise also can lead to pollution? Just imagine, suppose a construction is going on next to your house, or some woodwork is going on, continuously the sound goes on. Irritation starts. Slowly it leads to irritation. So here comes. Not only results in irritation and anger, it can also cause hearing impairment, disability, and increased heart rate, blood pressure, among other physiological effects. Okay, a lot many effects are there. The people who are very sensitive to sound, it affects their health. But like old people, children, they are very much affected by these pollutions. Unwanted sound is an irritant and source of stress also. Industrial, construction activity, machinery, factory equipment, generators, saw and pneumatic, saw in the sense the wood cutting one, and electric drills. We all have faced it. Suppose our next house construction is going on, we can come across all these types of sounds, leading to lot of irritation, not just irritation and anger, but also health effects. So now by now we have covered all the 4 types of pollution caused by the industries. Now let's discuss in what way we can control this pollutant so that they won't affect the environment. Okay, every little liter of water discharged by our industry pollutes 8 times the quantity of water. So even we can imagine, just take a glass of mud water and put it in a bucket. What happens? The whole bucket becomes dirty. So 1 liter of water destroys 8 times more effect. So in order to control the water pollution, first thing we need to do is control that 1 liter of water which is going into the freshwater bodies. If we can control that, then the water can be fresh enough. So how can we control that? How can the industrial pollution of fresh water be reduced? What are the suggestions? First one, minimizing the use of water for processing by reusing and recycling it. 1, 2 or more successive stages. The water once we have used it, instead of releasing, reuse it again for cleaning purpose. Then comes second one, harvesting of rainwater. It is in trend now. Almost everyone are aware of how to harvest, how to store the water, so that we won't face the water problems later on. Here is a model of rainwater harvesting. Whatever water we are harvesting, we can use it for multiple purposes. Here is a model of the picture which shows the wastewater treatment process. Instead of releasing the hot water into the river bodies, it can be treated first, like primary treatment here. Then comes here they have given primary treatment, then bioreactors, then secondary treatment, then UV disinfection, and then discharging the water into the river bodies. So here, treating the hot water and effluents before releasing them into rivers and plants can be done in 3 phases. Primary treatment, mechanical means, then secondary treatment, biological process, then tertiary or third treatment, biological, chemical and physical process, and then recycling the wastewater. Okay. So we have understood 3 points. Now in this paragraph almost 4 types of pollution is been covered and measures also given. Like water pollution can be reduced by overdrawing groundwater reserves by industry. Where there is a threat of groundwater resources also needs to be regulated legally. So here comes the word regulated legally, in the sense laws need to be made, acts need to be made, where clearly it should specify that okay, if you are releasing this, polluting the water, legal action will be taken against you. This is relating to water body. Then when it comes to smoke, air pollution, particulate matter, the tiny particulates, small particulates which are released by the industries from the factories through the smoke, okay, smokestacks can be regulated with the help of filters, scrubbers, inertial separators. Means before releasing air into the smoke, the smoke of particulate matter releasing into the air, it need to be filtered and then it can be released. And smoke also can be reduced by using oil or gas instead of coal, because coal releases lot of smoke. Then at the same time, sound pollution. Sound pollution can be controlled by fitting the silencers, and at the same time by redesigning the machineries which are energy efficient and which reduce the noise. Also almost nowadays latest machineries are less make less noise and more energy efficient, means switching over to latest technology. At the same time, noise absorbing material can also be used, like for personal use. For suppose if some noise is coming, we are unable to bear the noise, so we have to use earplugs or earphones so that we can control the noise pollution from our side. So the challenge of sustainable development requires integration of economic development with environmental concerns. Sustainable development, do you remember? Sustainable development in the sense development taking into consideration future generations also, not just thinking about ourselves. So we need to take into consideration economic development, at the same time environment also. Only then we can call leads to sustainable development. So when it comes to sustainable development, here one real example is there, like case study is done. NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, which has proved thermal, just now we have studied all this reading, thermal leading to thermal pollution, thermal plants leading to water pollution, thermal plants leading to air pollution. So NTPC is a corporation, National Thermal Power Corporation, which has shown that sustainable development is possible. Thermal power plants also can be done, leading to energy also can be generated, and it can be environment friendly also. Let's look at the case study, in what way they are able to control it. So it is a major power providing corporation in India, and it has made a proactive approach in preserving the natural environment, water, oil, gas and fuels in places where it has set up the power plants. So in what way they have done? First one, optimum utilization of equipment, adopting latest technology, because latest techniques and upgrading the machinery is one of the solution to pollution. Then means in the way, if you see our latest vehicles, easily understandable, latest vehicles release less smoke compared to the old vehicles. Next, minimizing waste generation by maximizing ash utilization, as it is thermal using of coal. Once the coal is burned, it becomes ash. So maximizing the use of ash. Nowadays you can see ash bricks are coming up. Instead of red color bricks, you can find ash color bricks for the construction of houses. So that waste material also they are using it for a purpose, making it into a usable thing. Then providing green belts for nurturing ecological balance. Green belts in the sense planting trees surrounding to that factory. Many plantation can be done, which avoids the pollution. Then reducing environment pollution through ash pond management, ash water recycling system and liquid waste management. Along with that, not just implementation, it has seen step by step also. Even on the later on stages also, they have managed database management. Reviews are taken. so that it goes on maintaining. So here you can see Ramagundam power plant of Telangana, and here you can see Suez treatment power plant of Yamuna action plan. So with this we have completed our topic, manufacturing industries. If you have still any doubts, you can message me. Complete the textbook exercise and we'll discuss during our discussion time. Thank you.